One thing that is ultra dope, man, about having worked in government as long as I have is I have a lot of allies in a lot of different countries, man. If my government becomes so fucking rogue that it just pisses me the fuck off, I can go to so many different countries, man. Have you ever seen the video on YouTube where they take the country of the United States and they superimpose it over the continent of Africa? I'm just saying, man, I have friends in Israel. I can go to Israel at any fucking time. I can go to the United Kingdom, Great Britain. I mean, I'm British. Look, I'm an American, man. I'm a U.S. American patriot. Honestly, man, I'm not going any fucking where in terms of, like, repatriation. I might get some, like, citizenship in addition to where I am from. That is dual citizenship. But, you know, one of the things that these fascists don't want for people... Look, I come from a place where people are really fucking smart. I come from Washington State. That's where the fuck I'm from. Now, during the 1980s and 90s, there was a time when there were skirmishes between different, like, drug gangs and this and that. But I'm going to let it be known. Even during that time, Washington State is a slept-on state. Yeah, there's the documentary that is titled Seattle is Dying. I don't hate fucking Seattle. For those of you, man, who want to fucking know and who don't know and who talk shit, those of you who think you know, I'm going to let you know something. I love Washington State, man. I love the Puget Sound. I love the Pacific Northwest, the P and dub. The dub A, as in Washington State, thousands of miles away from D.C. Look, I was born and raised in the Pacific Northwest. I'm not name dropping, but just like the Barefoot Bandit, I'm comfortable in the woods, in the forest, okay? I'm comfortable in the mountains. I'm from the mountains. Yeah, I grew up in a little town. But if you look at the elevation of the little town that I'm from in relation to Washington, D.C., we're like 300 feet above the White House, okay? And I'm a U.S. American patriot. So what I'm saying is that DNA-wise, growing up in the forest, in the woods, in the mountains, it ain't shit to me, man. Just like the Barefoot Bandit is comfortable in the same environment because we're from the same fucking place. Now, I have my own audience. I have my own set of fans. Okay? 495L4, we're from the Puget Sound, Pacific Northwest. Amen. So, simply saying, similar to soldiers of Afghanistan and people who are acclimated to that high altitude. My family, my grandmother is from the mountains. Like mountains. So even the little tiny town that I was born and raised in, my grandmother, who is German American, she's from a mountaintop town. Then, at some point, I lived across Washington State over 300 miles into the desert, foothills, going into Canada. So I've lived in the mountainous, I've lived in extreme weather conditions. My DNA, my soul, my body, my shell, okay? I grew up outside, playing by the river, playing in the woods, playing in the, you name it, the mountains. I've been to the Cascades. I've been to the Olympics. I've been to Mount Rainier. I've been to Mount Baker. My cousins were Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts. I have a friend who's an Eagle Scout. I'm simply saying I tagged along. We used to spend all fucking day out in the outdoors with Mother Nature Gaia. Look, I'm not bragging or boasting. I'm simply saying I'm from Earth. Kind of, sort of on this timeline, but not really. Yes, I'm from another timeline, alternate dimension, CERN, Mandela effect made shit weird, and so I'm here. But what I'm saying is that here I am from outdoors. I used to swim in the Pacific Ocean. I used to wade out beyond where you're supposed to. I used to go out beyond the safe zone. I used to swim in the fucking Pacific Ocean. Yeah, extreme sport shit to the max type shit. Because there was no care in the world. Okay? Our parents, relatives, they didn't give a fuck. You know how my grandmother learned to swim? This is real shit. Her parents tossed her in the pond, water, lake, river, and said, swim or drown. That's how I learned how to fucking swim. Yeah. It's no bullshit. We used to scale mountains. Now, I know you probably think, come on, Grub, you're going a little too far in this. No, fuck that. You want to talk about where you're from. You want to talk about your culture. You want to talk about your life. You want to talk about your background. You want to talk about how you went to this school and that school, how you work for this industry, profession, blah, 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 blah. Okay? You don't want to know where the fuck I'm from. I'm from outside. Yeah. And as an adult, I've braved the outdoors. I know about extreme shit. You know, I studied science. My grandfather, who was an Englishman, he was a master craftsman. So I grew up in a wood shop of a man, in a metal shop of a man who braved the elements in World War II. Okay? When he came back from the war, he didn't talk about it. He worked for Burlington Northern. He fought Nazis in Germany and France and the Aleutian Islands. We never say die, man. Yeah, I'm DIE, deep in effort, DIE. But what I'm saying is this, no fear. Hopping railroad, where I come from, you don't know about Washington State. You don't know about, you know why? Because if you're not from there, you don't fucking know what I'm talking about. Just like you want to tell people you're from Florida or California, Texas, this, that. Maybe you have similar experiences, but my point is this. Where I come from, you had to survive in any and all conditions. Yeah. You might get lost in the thickets. You might be at a picnic. You might be at an outdoor gathering. Whatever. You would go out into the Cascades, the Olympics, the whatever, and you're just out there. Your family's not looking for you. And you don't fucking even think about it. You survive, man. And you make it back to base camp. Yeah. Because your family, a lot of times, military, they don't even think about it. It's nothing. It's a no-brainer. I used to break into shit, man. Military bases, building structures, infrastructures. I'm a human body, soul, vessel on this planet. Let me see what I can, wiggle, calculus, wiggle room my way into. What can I parkour into? I'm talking about extreme shit. I've lived outside. As an adult, I lived outside on the East Coast, man. I put my body through extreme shit. Minus whatever. Okay, I've been to Minot, North Dakota. I've been to more than 25 states. I've been to North Dakota, South Dakota. Been to Wyoming. I've been to Oregon, Idaho, Montana, man. I've been in the mountains. I've climbed mountains, man. I've done crazy shit. I've hung myself off mega structures over major bodies of water. You know why? Because where I come from, that's what you do. That's what you do. Yeah. Real fucking shit. My grandmother never remarried. Her husband, who's an Englishman, who fought Nazis in World War II. I used to go into my grandmother's room and see his Purple Heart encased I used to comb through her personal belongings because I inherited my grandfather's estate, and now late grandmother's estate. I used to go into my grandfather's gun cabinets. I knew the combo. I had the key because there's a key and one is the combo, and I had the combo to the safe, and the family records and wills and trusts and estate information, probate, this and that. Yeah, I used to do all that shit. Where I come from, it's a vacuum. You have to learn how to survive. And then, when you're in junior high school, they tell you there's a military coming to kill your community. It's called a gang. Gangs, cartels, organized crime, factions, groups, networks, semantics, lawless shit, Mad Max type shit. What are you gonna do, kid? Federal government can only do so much to protect you. Yeah. That's right. Smokey the Bear, Woodsy the Owl, McGruff the Crime Dog, Officer fucking Friendly. They're constructs. Leave It to Beaver. Awesome fucking show. Flipper. Mayberry. Bewitched. I grew up, man, in a real America where people could say whatever to you. Fuck you, nigger! We're gonna kill you! Now, I know there's some fucking Jake who wants to flag my shit. Fuck you, you un-American. I'll challenge you. I'll challenge it. That's how I was talked to. We'll fucking kill you! Come to your aunt's house and burn your aunt's house and you down on Halloween with crucifixes. We're the KKK. You know what I said? Hey, I'm not even scared. I'm gunned up. And I'm going to bring Deep in Everett 495. We're going to be strapped up. Now, these were fucking kids, man, who had some uncles or whatever, dads, whatever. I'm Caucasian. When I meet people from Asia, they're like, what are you? Are you Korean? A lot of people think I'm Korean or Spanish. Some people think I'm Moroccan. But a lot of people think that I'm either Korean or Asian. I say, no, I'm Caucasian. They're like, Caucasian? Oh. Mom or dad? I'm like, my mother. They're like, oh. I'm like, yeah, I'm Caucasian. You know the Caucasus? The steppes? Central fucking Europe? I know my history. I'm woke. I'm British American. I'm English. I'm Anglo-Saxon. I'm brown. I'm Native American. My dad, his eyes aren't even fucking brown. Some of you don't know me. You think that my eyes are brown because my dad is a black man from Alabama, which is where he's from. And they're like, well, your eyes must be brown because of your dad. My dad is Native American. He tells people that he's African American because they mixed. His eyes are hazel. They've never been brown. My mother's eyes are brown. Native Americans are from China. So I'm Asian because I'm part Native American, which is Chinese. For you stupid sleep Z sheep motherfuckers. Now I understand and I know my country that I was born and raised in. I don't make any fucking excuses. I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't butter up shit. I'm not a PC fucking bitch. Okay? I know about the Bible, Book of Enoch, Nephilim, Anunnaki, the Sumerians, shadow government, Garden of Eden, how China, Japan, and Korea are actually part of Africa, and Africa is part of China, Japan, and Korea, and how they were geophysically connected as one landmass. And I know that that landmass connected to North America. And I know that the Native Americans are really Asians. And I know that Asians were the first on this continent before the Caucasians. So you want to know the fucking truth? I am actually Asian. I'm Caucasian, and I'm Native American, which is Chinese. For you stupid motherfuckers in the U.S. intelligence community who didn't do your fucking homework. I'm also a member of the United States intelligence community because I'm not a slowpoke and I'm not fucking dumb. I was a college honor student and I work in U.S. intel. And I know the truth about this country, America, and how it's run. And I know about figureheads and monarchs, and I know about the whole goddamn fucking history of this machine. And I'm not just merely a cog in the system. Yeah, you don't fucking tell me who I am and what I am. I'm not a slave and there's no one above me. Yeah, I know the truth. I know about how shit was whitewashed. And I know about all of the manufactured realities and shit. Just like Monica Hughes' Devil on My Back. You don't fucking tell me who I am. I know who the fuck I am. And I know what this is. And I know it's a machine. And I know that it's connected to a supercomputer. And I've read the CIA paperwork that says that it's a holographic fucking universe. You don't fucking tell me what the fuck this shit is. Yeah, you don't tell me I'm black when there's no human beings who are black. And you don't tell me that I'm white when there's no such thing as a human being who is white other than, save for, albinos. I'm Caucasian and I'm Asian Native American, and my father has some relatives who distantly are from the continent of Africa, most likely based on our phenotype from somewhere in the vicinity of Morocco. And that's why when you look at Freemasons and what they do, and you see their symbols and their icons, their iconology, their iconography, and their symbology, you see 5-point star, crescent moon, Judaism, because it's representative of the Fertile Crescent and the beginning of humans on this planet, like the pentagram, which represents the 5 senses of man, plus 1, which is the 6th sense, which we all have inherently. It's all innate and it's all inherent. I was a college English honor student. I was a prodigy. Yeah, I ran into some trouble with some local fucking wannabe Gestapos when I was young. Yeah, they doctored up, manufactured, and fabricated my background. Yeah, there's some fucking piece of shit lawyers, attorneys, and fucking reject spastics in the legal community who they hide behind Greek and Italian and Romance languages and certain what they believe to be esoteric systems of information and knowledge. Latin. Yeah. Latin. But when it comes down to it, when it boils down to it, it's simple binary mathematics logic. They want for you to believe that it's some shit that it's not. And I know the illusion, and I understand it. Fuck them. They're peons, miscreants, heathens. And like I said, peons. You can pick up Black's Law. You can get the free PDF if you know where to find it, and you can read it. And after you read it, you're like, wow, what a bunch of fucking jibber jabber. What a bunch of jabberwocky. What a bunch of fucking hyperbolic. Just a bunch of elliptical, fucking fluffed up, enlarged words to describe simple mechanics of quantum mechanics. That's all it is, man. Yeah. Legal jurisprudence. I heard from these attorneys, they said if you're a defense contractor, you're up against these draconian systems of Hammurabi. In other words, tomes of data that were created to backlog and inundate people attempting to secure contracts, obtain contracts after they bid on contracts, win and be awarded contracts. When you look at semantics and syntax and intel and linguistics and human psychology, emotions, whatever you want to call it, stream of human consciousness, you know what it really comes down to? Binary, simple, English, basic information. You don't need to go and study law for fucking 5 years or 2 and get a degree, obtain, earn in jurisprudence. No, you don't. Because I work in U.S. Intel. I work with lawyers. I work with attorneys and prosecutors. I work with former military. I've worked with people who have been CIA and other agencies. Yeah, you heard what the fuck I said. Because I know the secrets of the temple, and it's not a fucking mystery to me. It's not mysterious. I'm not under any kind of illusion. No, I figured this shit out a long time ago. The point is, if you're stupid and you're gullible and you're just a consumer and in their minds a slave, then they can control you because you don't know what's so fucking goddamn simple, which is that the language they speak is just some made up shit to mind pimp you into believing that this is more than it is when it's not. It's simple. They want to control you. They want to fucking control you. And some people go along with the program because it's easier to be controlled than to stand up and be a fucking leader. I'm one Sir Grove.